Good morning, good afternoon, depending on which coast you are on. It's Terry and Christine of Generator Coaching, and
Hey, everybody.
today we're bringing you another great leader coach in the business. He is a friend to the north, and he's hilarious, and we just find him so
Amusing and
amusing
funny.
and
Funny looking.
funny.
I don't know. You look all right.
Well, welcome, Darryl. Just give us a little bio. We know that you help. I love your marketing message. Hit me with it.
Okay. So I help women in business step into their financial power, so make more money, and while they're healing their past.
Awesome.
Because my belief is that there's always something in the background of your business that is blocking it, and it's coming from something from the past that hasn't been healed properly. If that makes sense.
No, we totally get that and understand that, and it's a it's a piece that's missing in people's development oftentimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
they're out getting the strategies and are super smart, but there's just that missing component. Is that something that your clients come to you about?
Absolutely, because all of my clients are super smart. They're amazing professionals. They're motivated. They're driven. But the thing, and they're like, well, why am I getting they're looking for more money and what they want in their personal life and their professional life. But there's like this something that's blocking that. And so for me, I always look at the writing on the wall. It's like, well, what are you still holding on to from your past, from your childhood, from what your mom and dad probably told you? Maybe that you're not good enough, not worthy, something that happened that you probably put in a little box back behind you and said, you know what, I'm not dealing with that any longer. I'm not opening a Pandora's box. But in that Pandora's box are the things that are holding your business back.
Mm.
Good way to put it. Yeah, for sure. And so, who is your ideal client?
So definitely women in business, entrepreneurs that are ready, that they know that something is keeping them stuck. They don't know what it is. They don't know where it's coming from, and maybe they don't want to go back and look at some of those past issues, but they are ready to get everything out of the way that's holding them down, like a chain. If there's something stuck to their ankle, a chain, a ball and chain, and they just want to get rid of it. So they're super motivated and driven to
Yeah,
get out of
so it
that
really helps
situation.
them get going faster because that ball, I mean, I just see that ball just like dragging one step forward and then drag, one step forward, drag. Is that
Yeah.
so now that we've talked about kind of who your ideal client is and what you do for them, how did you choose this field? Like, take us through your journey for a few minutes. We know pieces of it, but
Yes.
share it with our audience so they can kind of connect with how you ended up becoming this kind of coach.
So the big thing for me is that I've asked myself, I have all this potential. Why am I not meeting that potential? Like
Mm-hmm.
what's blocking me? And so that's been the question that I've been asking myself for years and years now. And so I came from working as a social worker, working with people with complex issues, and I decided that I didn't want to do that type of work anymore because one of my psychotic clients tried to kill me, and
Wow.
that was 8 years ago.
And
That would be
so
impacting for
you
sure.
you weren't interested in having that happen?
No,
Oh.
I wasn't interested in having that happen. And I also realized that I was hiding in a job that I didn't like I think I was a social worker probably for about 15, 17 years by then. And I stopped liking it after 10 years. And I'm like, why am I hiding in something that I don't want to be in anymore? Like,
Right.
what is holding me back? What's my fears? What are my doubts that are holding me back? And I just started to unwind my PTSD, my trauma, the SHIT that I went through as a kid, and I started to come up with started to see these patterns around what's blocking people.
So were you doing that on your own, or did you have someone working with you on that?
Oh God, no, I don't do that stuff on my own because I
Okay,
won't.
just checking. Some people think
No.
they can take care of things on their
I'm gonna
own.
work on myself. Um,
Yeah, well, those people will only go so far.
Mm.
And I think those people, not a judgment, but I think they're stubborn. They actually don't want to hear what's really going on because they'll go to a certain level. They think that they know everything, but they won't go down to that level that they really need to go
right.
down to.
That
So my
deeper.
big thing is just being coachable.
So one of the things that I noticed in my education, because I have the school and
Yeah.
becoming a psychologist and going through all that school, and one thing that I realized, we got a cat that wanted to come in. We're
Okay.
very, very interested in being on camera at least once. But going through school, we really learned and they really taught us well how to help people get past those blocks, but they didn't teach us how to build a business. They didn't teach us how to do business
Exactly.
or charge for it. And so I know for me, when I got into the entrepreneurial space, I had to get somebody to help me learn how to do that stuff.
Hmm.
But also, we've all been through kind of our own trauma that we've held on
For
to,
sure.
and to find someone that helps us release that, I think is super important
Oh, yeah.
as
Because
well.
I can find what's blocking your money, what's blocking parts of your business, your sales conversations, selling your packages, fear of being seen, being on, speaking. I can find what's the root cause in 7 questions or less.
Wow.
That's 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So people go into, doing this work and it sometimes it's a couple of years process. And mine is like, I can figure out what the root issue is in 10 minutes, but it's not going to be 10 minutes to get rid of it.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Wouldn't
You're
you want
able
to
So
to
true.
know?
light and lock on and say, okay, this is where we're going to spend our time.
Yeah. And the reason I do that is that when I was getting training in PTSD and stress and overwhelm, when I was dealing with my, psychotic client trying to kill me, I went to the top people that showed me these techniques to release this stress and overwhelm, the PTSD from my life. And I started to go to the top coaches on everything. And I became driven in all aspects of my life, including being a tennis player. And I became the athlete of the year in Montreal at 51.
Wow, that's
Wait, what?
awesome, dude.
You're
Did I ever tell you that?
you're over
We
50?
haven't covered that.
What?
I had no idea.
Either aspect.
Hold on. Let me just work on my cheeks. Yeah.
So can you give us like a case study of somebody that you provided services to and what benefits they received from working with you?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a client. She actually just reached out to me. And she's like, I'm applying for my. She said I'm applying for my dream job, and she came to me years ago, and she said I don't know why I'm not able to get to 10,000 a year. Or sorry, 10,000 a month, and she was stuck at 5,000 per month. And we found there was a toxic masculine energy in the background of her life that was telling her, which a lot of women have heard these messages, that they're not worth it or they need to just not be visible. And so we had to work on those specific limiting beliefs that she wasn't worth it, she wasn't good enough. And as soon as we went into those specific events that were blocking her from this toxic masculine presence in her childhood, then she popped up to 10,000 a month. And her husband reached out and said, I don't know what you're doing with my wife, but keep on doing it.
That's always good praise.
It really is, because he's been experiencing it probably with her in some capacity. And
Absolutely.
that's just opened so much of her life and her energy, not only in business, but
Yeah,
creating the business you desire to have the life that you desire. I think
that's it.
you have that, and we have that in our business as well.
Yeah.
But continue. So the husband loved it.
So there was an aspect of not feeling safe about showing who she really was
Hmm.
and what her potential was, what her skills were. And when she was, in public or visible in her family, there was always that one person that put her down. And
Mm.
there's always somebody in everyone's life, including mine, that put us down or put us in our place and put our lives in a box. And my work is to release that box that's trapping you and feeling like it's a prison, not allowing you to get to your potential.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so, one of the things that's really interesting about that is, and I found this working with our clients, and especially earlier in my career working with people, is you start helping them with that one issue, and they start to actually, everybody around them starts changing because they start changing how they show up,
Yeah.
and then all of the relationships start to change as a result in a chain reaction, kind of like dominoes.
Yeah.
And so,
And what I love about that, I love working with women because women are the center of the family. So when they become healed from whatever BS that they've dealt with, then that goes everywhere in the family because they are the matriarch. And
yeah,
that's just a powerful place for where our world can go when people get healed and it starts to go out into their family, into everyone that they know, because they've taken that step for themselves.
Yeah, the ripple, the
yeah,
domino, all of
totally.
those
Totally.
things. And
Yeah.
it's true. Um, I
So
love that.
I want to change gears a little bit and ask, we touched on it before, but what have you gotten? What are the benefits that you've gotten from coaching, as a person being coached by the people who have worked with you?
You mean growing the business aspect?
Growing
Because
your
we're
business,
business coaches. We like to hear,
personal
we
development,
know you have
business, both.
coaches, multiple
Like in
coaches.
terms of like what received from working with my
Yes.
clients.
No, no, no. What you've received from your
Being a
coaches
student of
who,
coaches.
yeah,
Oh my God. I love being coached because, because you're smart. I think if anybody's watching this, if
anybody.
you're smart,
We have
if
one
you're
person.
smart, the one person that's watching this, or the two people, when smart people think that they're smart and they know everything, then that just closes the door of possibilities. So at one point, I had to say to myself, yeah, you're smart, but you don't know anything. And as soon as I made that decision that I didn't know anything, I was coachable. I was able to listen to my coach when she said, go do this. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, go do this. And I said, how high? And so I started to have a consistent, consecutive $10,000 per month in my business because I said, how high? And yes, ma'am. Because I didn't know anything. So I became coachable. And so if you want to have the results that you want, you need to be coachable.
Awesome.
And that's exactly what coachable looks like is here's a suggestion, act on it. Don't
Yes.
question, don't make it up. Don't say
Yeah.
it hasn't worked before.
Yeah.
Just, okay, I will make that happen. And
Yeah.
the results really are there.
Yeah.
The quote was, I just read, entrepreneurship is messy. That's just the fact.
Yeah.
If it's a little messy, still make it happen. And that one resonated with me this morning.
Totally. And it allows you to make mistakes and get feedback from it.
Yeah, take action. You'll learn that it's a yes or it's a try again or hell no.
So this is about the progress. It's not about the perfection because the perfection just gets you I grew up in a farm, so there's always a pile of doo-doo everywhere. And it just, perfection just smells up your whole friggin' life. And
Yeah.
so when you get into process and just allow the mistakes to be feedback, then you just lose all that pressure and lose all that heaviness from your shoulders to be perfect.
So let me ask you a question. What do you like most about being an entrepreneur?
I love, well, right now because of COVID, we can't really travel very much, but the travel
For sure.
and
You're one of our
taking
favorites.
my family and the people I love and saying, you know what, I'm going to look after everything. You just have to show up at the airport, and you're coming with me. It's so freeing to say, honey, we're going to Paris. We're going to go watch tennis because I love tennis since I was a kid. So we can go to Paris, we can go to Barcelona, wherever we're going, and I can pay for it as a
Yeah, for sure.
gift to having an experience with those people, right?
When we first started out, when she first joined the company, I asked her similar questions like, what do you really want to do? What
Mm,
really excites you about the idea of getting out of Starbucks and getting out of that and having a business that we run together? Because she loved Starbucks. She loved it. It was structured. It was something that she was really good at.
right.
She built a lot of Starbucks turn all around that she went to, but she was just a little bit bored and a little bit
Not wanting to be
stuck.
micromanaged
And not want to be micromanaged. But
Amen. High five on that.
right, boom. And I asked her, what do you really want to get out of our entrepreneurial journey? And she said, I want to be able to pay for those things and
Mm,
take people with us on our trips and just be able to give stuff to people whenever we want to.
Well, I mean, so many entrepreneurs, when they're getting started, they're investing in their coaching, they're investing in this or that or product, and they're just taking so many risks that, we go to conferences and not everybody gets to go out to dinner because they can't front up,
afford it.
the $50 when we're in Vegas. Like,
Yeah.
just how amazing that would be to say, okay, come on, let's go get dinner. It's on us. Or at the end of the meal, hey, we've got this. That's because we don't have kids, we have cats. They're pretty low maintenance. Some are low maintenance. But
One's not.
that's it, like you're saying. Or get a vacation rental and come on, friends, you can pick up a
Like,
meal, we've got everything else covered.
and that started when I joined my old coach. I didn't have the 10,000 to work with her, and I said, "How in the heck am I going to figure this out?" And I had 2 weeks to figure it out. And I said, you know what? Be open to the possibilities, allow things to happen, and get rid of the yeah buts, because the
Right.
buts can't be in business. You have to be open to the
It
possibilities,
cannot.
or you're going to get a big butt, right? And big butts don't lie. And so I just allowed 2 weeks to figure it out, and I came up with $13,779 in 2 weeks to pay for this program in full. And I said, "Holy shit!" I start, so I spell out my curse words for
I noticed.
yeah, because two of my friends got pregnant. I'm like, I don't want to curse around your baby. And they're like, you're crazy. So I said, oh my God, I can figure things out when there's possibilities and there's potential. And then I said to myself, why not go move to Mexico? So I moved to Mexico for 5.5 months, put my business online, and I started learning Spanish because that's what I want to do. I want to travel, learn languages, meet people, communicating different languages. I speak English, French, and Spanish, and have a business. Like, how fun is that?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, to be able to, yeah, I mean, that's entrepreneurship. Design your whatever your business you want to work
That's it.
remotely, what hours, how much you're going to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
And
don't
one of the
care for my client. I don't care what they want as long as they want it. If
right.
you really want this, okay, let's get you there. I'm
Yep.
like, that's important.
And the cool thing is when we have that buy-in from the client, it's
Mm,
so easy to help them get what they want because they go, yes, I want that. I will do that. And they move forward. And I think for you as well for us is the real trick of what we help do is take those blocks so they can say yes more. And so I
that's
tend to
it.
run into a few people that have a no or I want to, but and so when we start removing those, you just start seeing them move forward. And sometimes it takes 30 days for them to really get into that mindset shift. And then
Yeah.
once they do, they take off.
And the buy-in is, it really cuts through the BS and the resistance that they have.
Yep. Yeah,
It's huge. It's so huge.
for sure. So I know you said in Mexico for 5 months, but what's one of the best places you've gone since becoming an entrepreneur that you just want to go back there?
Jeez, there's so many. Um,
Oregon?
uh,
Portland? No.
no.
I don't blame you.
Okay,
Well, he hasn't
so
been here. Have you been here?
I've never been there. So
You got food trucks like nobody's business.
I would love to come, actually, when the borders open.
We
Actually, no, Spain would be. I've had this desire to live in Spain for 3 months, at least 3 months in southern Spain, learn more Spanish, and just enjoy Spain and have my business in Spain for 3 months.
All
That's
right.
the
Very
big thing.
cool. Very
That's
cool.
the next one. Yeah.
I see that happening for you, for sure.
Within the next year.
Yeah, you
As
can
soon
come
as the
visit.
borders open again.
If the borders open within the next year.
Oh, okay. Let's
Get a
pray.
nice 3-month Airbnb and
Let's
just
put a date
go
on it.
for it. I almost went there. But I resisted.
Are you going to come visit?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you're there, we're
If,
going.
if you have enough Spanish to get us around town, I'm in.
Well, when I took my spouse to Paris, I was the one talking in French all the time. He was so happy about that. So.
Very good.
When I went to Europe, I went with was the athletic trainer at university, and the men's basketball team went, and so I got
cool.
to go. And so we had a French speaking student and we had a German speaking student, so taken care of.
Nice.
All translations done. So how can people get involved and work with you? And do you have a free gift or something to give our audience?
Yeah, so I have a technique because of COVID, and you know how people are feeling a little wonky and a little unsafe and a little stressed. I have a technique to really calm down your nervous system and just allow yourself to see some possibilities, because when you're stressed and you're feeling unsafe, everything is like right in front of your eyes. Like you just can't see anything. It's like a blinder on. There's absolutely no possibilities in your business because you're just like, so tense. So I have that technique. It's a 5-minute technique. And I actually have a heart-based technique that they can do to really tune into their intuition as well. So I can give that out to everybody.
Very cool. We'll put that in the chat after we're done here. And how can they get involved and work with you? You got a website or?
They can reach out to me. I'm not sure where this is going to be, but they can reach out to me on Facebook at Manifest Your Best Life or Darryl Stewart. And I can help them find out what's really going on in 7 questions or less.
I heard your accent in your Stewart, and I liked it.
And Stewart, they're out and about there, buddy. I'm just up there from Montreal. I'm just having a great old time up here, and I just wanted to say hi to you lovely people down in Oregon. That's how I talk on the East Coast. That's where I'm from,
Oh, Darryl, we have so much fun with you, whether it's in a chat or if it is live.
And business has to be fun.
Hell,
for sure.
Yeah, again. If you take yourself too seriously, you're just going to stay stubborn and stuck, I think.
And if you don't have fun and you're not curious and you don't see the potential and the possibilities, then you go into a stress bubble and you won't see the possibilities that can happen in your life if you're not in a good state of mind.
Yeah, all the positive,
for sure,
exactly,
positive things. We call them the dread ifs and the positive, exciting ones.
The dreaded what ifs. And
and the stuck stubborn stay in that, I believe.
And it's nice to have an accent, Derek, because I can just have some fun against myself and just to have a good time, because we're not going to get out of this alive. We're just going to slide into the coffin and say goodbye. Might as well have fun.
Pretty much.
So we are automatically on a fun high note right now with you, but we have a little game that we play at the end of our show.
Woo, woo.
Our friend Tim Gillette introduced it to us, and so we tip our hats to Tim as we play this game. Are you ready?
We gotta have.
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just getting my hand. Do I have to use my hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Most people don't, but you must use your hands for this.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have a question.
I don't know how you're going to do this.
So you choose. We tell you 2 terms. You tell us which one suits you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You ready?
I'm all.
Bacon or sausage?
Oh, that one's
Stumped him.
I'm gonna go bacon.
All right. Saver or spender?
Oh, spender.
Entrepreneur equals spender.
No.
Or investor, as some people correct us on that one.
That's it.
I do both. I invest and I spend.
Well, you invest in your spending. Hamburger or taco?
I would say hamburger without the bun because I got COVID-15 going on in my belly, so I have to be.
Yeah, right.
I'll take the hamburger.
When COVID started, we're like, yeah, hamburger buns, and now we're like patty, salad on top.
Yep. All right. So snorkeling or zip line?
Ooh, good one.
Oh, I ziplined so many times in Mexico. I ziplined upside down and with somebody else. It was so, and I have a fear of heights and I loved it. I got over my fear of height.
Like a duel? Like you were both on
Yes.
the same? Oh, wow.
And he was shaking the line.
He's being a butthead.
Because I told him I have a fear of heights, and he said, okay. So he flipped me over and he held on to me and he shook it. And I'm like, woo! I might not get out of this, but I'm going to have fun doing it.
It is so much fun.
Have fun right in the dirt.
That's it.
So, passenger or driver?
I always thought I was a type B personality until I healed all of my past issues. And I would say I'm a driver. I'm a type A now.
All right.
I see that. I see that. A truth or a dare if you were playing the game?
Oh, truth, for sure.
That makes sense with what you do.
Let's see. Book or audio?
Oh,
That'd be great.
book. I love audios, but I don't want to be on my phone or my iPad or anything tech, as I want to be reading my book outside and doing something else. Book.
There you go. All right.
All right. Final question of this or that game. Here
This
comes.
was good.
Toilet paper over or under?
I'm over. I don't get that under. I don't get the under.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many people do the under. It is.
Really? It's close to the wall.
No, it's much more amazing that people think it should go under, but I mean that's just we have to accept people where they're at.
I know. I'm
and
an
then
over
train
for it.
them up.
Train them
over.
up. Train them over.
Oh, goodness. Oh, what a jokester you two are. Well, this has been so much fun having you on the show, and you guys reach out to Darryl. I mean, wouldn't you like to get some of those things holding you back? And he's truly an expert at what he does. And we've seen all sorts of testimonials in cases of people wanting to reach out to him, and they refer all their friends. So when that happens, it works. Yeah. So thanks everybody. Thanks Darryl for
Thank you.
entrepreneurial chats.
I appreciate the call, and it was just a lovely time talking to you. I was just my action came back. I'm sorry, but we'll see each other soon there.
Actually, the first time I heard you talking, you did that the first time. I was like, wow, that's pretty thick accent.
So I've done daily push-ups on Facebook Lives, and I would pull out my drunk twin brother, and he'd get on there with this crazy accent. So just to have fun with the push-ups. I was doing push-up challenge for a month.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
And you look good. I'd keep it up.
I need to work on them again. So they're getting a little bit low. So
there you go.
The belly's getting big.
All right.
So we will see everybody tomorrow, 10:10, Generator Coaching, and we will see you in our groups. Darryl?
Take care. Nice to see everybody.
Thank you very much for checking us out, and we'll see you tomorrow.